Who's this guy? Introduce him.
This is Brandon.
Thank you. Hey, and Trevor.
It's 47.
Oh,
Virgo.
looking good for 47.
Yeah. Highly pickled drinks, like all the time. Anyway, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
I've been doing theater for a while. The first show that I did in Tennessee was the Adams Family, where he was my father-in-law.
That was like last year.
Yeah, last year. And after that I was in Front of the Heart. I was in 1940's Radio Christmas Carol that he directed. And then I was in Bingo. And I work at Walmart. And
Walmart store?
Yeah, store. Self-checkout. And because I work there, I haven't been able to come to any of these all day.
Okay. This is Jeff, Pete, John.
Hey, Dan. Very nice to meet you.
So, let's start off. We had homework assignment. So, okay, start off.
Let's see.
Okay, let me turn off the AC. I've been running it all day so it's cool so I can turn it off. The whole point is so I can turn it off so we can hear each other. It'll take a minute. But get the floor cool, ceiling cool, chairs cool, and then just stay cool for a bit. Wait till that stops. Prepare yourself. By the way, those of you that are not in the line of the camera, the mirrors take care of that. So, well, usually it takes about 15, 20 seconds and it's still on. So, go ahead and begin. Nice and loud though.
Hey there, Sydney. I'm early. I mean, I'm Phil. And I'm early. I'm glad you're early, too. Well, sort of. I wanted to beat you so that I could get used to the room. I brought you these flowers. They're kind of wilted. They were pretty. There's this wonderful flower shop, but I didn't have time to go by there today. I did a few days ago. And, well, I wanted these flowers. I don't get very many dates, and I wanted this to be special. So I got the best flowers I knew of, because I want this to be great. You know what I mean. I don't get very many dates. And you probably get a lot. Well, normal amount, but more than me. But say less than Madonna. But anyway, these flowers were the best a few days ago.
Okay, what was your homework assignment?
To improve the stuff that y'all are saying and work on that.
Okay, so tell me about your backstory. Since that's what we're doing this weekend.
Okay, like I said last time, late 20s, lived with my parents. Never been on a date with a girl. I lived with my parents because they've called me all my life. I've never been away from them. So I'm too scared to move out on my own. And the reason I'm going on this date is because a buddy of mine who I play online video games with lives at the same time as me. Was like, dude, you need to get out there. You need to find somebody. Set me up with a girl that he works with. And thought that it would be a good thing. But I'm terrified. First time with a girl.
You're a timid person. Yeah. Now, where do you see this date going? Not your character, but where do you see this date going? Probably like on a blind bag. Where my listening part.
the entire time, you're not gonna calm down, you're not gonna chill out, you're just gonna make things harder on yourself, you're gonna keep freaking out, thinking, oh, she doesn't like me, oh, I'm making a fool of myself, and I'm gonna scare her.
Okay. So that was good. You had some memory issues of remembering lines, but it fits the character because he was searching for things to say. But it was, you just got to make sure that if you're trying to remember lines, don't look like you're trying to remember lines. You know, pause.
They look all authentic to me.
Yeah. What was the thing that what's his name from Friends? You know, he said, "Smell the fart." You ever heard of that? Joey from. It's the smell the fart. That when you're trying to think of something to say, whether it's in real life or you're trying to remember your lines, it's like just like you're trying to smell a fart. You're just like. You know, you're looking like you're thinking rather than you forgot your line or you don't know what to say. So, but that was fine. Like he said, you know, it blended in, it looked pretty authentic. Now, you thought you were finished, right? No. So now, you're the girl. Answer him. You don't have to be very long. 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 3 hours, whatever. And you're going to sit down. I'm going to give you time to think about it. But you're going to think about this and you're going to answer him. Because remember his backstory. Think about who would this girl be and how would she answer him. Just very quick. You know, just done. Okay? How much time do you think you need, or can you do it right now? Okay. That's about how much time. Okay. Till the next monologue gets done. You're next.
You are better.
Okay. I'll tell you, before you ever start, okay, relax and be aware of your body language. Make your body language match what you're saying and your character. Okay? So, go ahead.
Dear Lily, he means to take question away. Sweet news is this. Oh, that some errant spirit in likeness and shape of a horse come and take him on his back and throw him into waves of ocean. Sweet Mosby has my heart, and she but not a friend. Marriage is but words. Love is a god, and since marriage is but words, Mosby's title is wind. Tush, but not of this. I will have him. Till
If you can't remember it, make it up.
the end of it, he shall be mine.
Okay? I'm going to have you do it again in just a second. First, pull your sleeves up so that your arms, at least this part of your arms is seen. Okay? Because you were hiding your hands inside your sleeves as a way of hiding yourself from your nervousness. So this is time to be exposed. Okay? Now, it was better. Okay? Now, you are in love, but not really with the guy. I mean, listen to what you're saying. You know, marriage is just words, so the title wins. You know, I'll sleep with this guy, you know, whoever. But, you know, the title wins. Okay? So think of what you're saying. Okay? I want you to think about it again. You're going to do it again in just a second, and we're going to move on. Because now it's Pam's turn. Because I'm music. Wow! Okay, but these flowers, they look best a few days ago.
That's sweet of you. It really is. Why don't we just sit here and eat dinner and try to start this over again?
Okay. That works. What do y'all think?
It's cold. Yeah. That poor guy was trying all that.
Shut it down, man. But that's actually pretty authentic. That's pretty authentic
That's
of
what
what,
happened.
yeah, that's what happened, yeah. Okay, cool, no, I don't, okay, good.
I mean, the way you did it was good.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's great. How many times have you done that? No,
You
it's okay.
haven't, thank you.
Okay, so, no, that's good, I like it, it's good thinking, all right? So I'll ask you this in a minute, go ahead, Jeff. Heath, do you have something for us?
I don't have it memorized.
Well, read it to me.
I've been a little bit busy.
Okay.
You want me to tell you what it is first, or just read it?
No, just go ahead and start. That way we can get it without explanation and see what we get from it.
Tell you what, we could have had a good life together. Good, fucking good real life. Has a place of our own. But you didn't want it, Ennis. So what we got now is Brokeback Mountain. Everything's built on that. That's all we got, boys. Fuck it all! So I hope you know that, even if you don't never know the rest. You count the damn times we've been together in nearly 20 years, and you measure the short fucking leash you keep me on, and then you ask me about Mexico, and tell me you'll kill me for needing something I can't hardly never get. You have no idea how bad it gets. I'm not you. I can't make it on a couple of high-altitude fucks once or twice a year. You are too much for me, Ennis, you son of a whore, son of a bitch. I wish I knew how to quit you.
Okay, very good. Reactions.
Wow.
Those are not reactions. I need real reactions here.
I thought it was good, but it took me by surprise.
Good. That's not bad.
Yeah, Bill, I guess Bill, right? Bill?
What, the whole thing that I did, that skit, or or as it came up, what took you by surprise?
I don't know what.
You may not have seen this movie.
I don't think that.
It's Brokeback
I
Mountain.
haven't seen it. I kind of good.
I think what to me probably what surprised them was that it started boom, full intensity from the beginning, which was the way to do it, you know.
Well,
and they weren't expecting it.
It's already at that level.
Yeah,
when
that's
they're
what
having the conversation.
that's the way to do it. And so you have to. Here's what I want you to do, all right? And you may want to think about it a minute before you do it, and I'm going to make her get up while you think about it. I want you to keep that same intensity, but internalize it and bring your volume down. You know what I'm saying? It's not the way they did it in the movie, okay? This is different now. So I want you to take the intensity of the shouting and, and then bring it all the time. Make that intensity, that low-level intensity that's barely contained. You know what I'm saying? Just like, if you want to do this last fucking thing that we've got to do, bring it inside. Make the tension in your body and your face and the intensity of it without the volume. Okay. It's different than they did it in the movie. Okay. So this is part of character, right? So you think about that while she comes up and does this. Read it if you need to. That way you're not worried so much about the memory of it. Okay? All right.
Dear news, he means to take horses away. Sweet news is this. For that some airy spirit, when in the shape and likeness of a horse, gallop with Arden across the ocean, and throw himself back into the waves. Sweet Mosby is the man that cast my heart in his service, having not blessed, but I'm tied to him by marriage. Love is God, and marriage is but words, and therefore Mosby's power is dead. Tush, whether it be or no, he shall be mine, in spite of him or higher than a bride.
Better? Let me ask you this. What is this?
It's like thinking about it.
Well,
Like,
see, that's the thing. Real people don't do that.
I do that. Like, I think that.
Yeah, but you don't do it while you're talking. You go, ha. Okay? You need to understand that it's a very common thing for people to do when they're being dramatic. Because that's the way you see people being dramatic, and it's over dramatic, and it's not the way people really talk about it. See, because this is a true monologue. She's not talking to anyone. She's talking to the universe and whatever. You know, soliloquy. And so you have to be careful. It's like the famous thing, and we've talked about this already, the famous Hamlet speech, to be or not to be. It's like people overdo it and they forget that, you know, what's actually happening and how a real person would talk to, you know, talking to themselves. It's an externalized internal monologue. It's, in reality, this is something that's happening within our mind, right? And we're just saying it out loud so the audience can hear what we're thinking. Okay? And that was something that was created, you know, long ago by dramatists even before Shakespeare's time. But he just made it really popular. So you got to be careful not to be over dramatic and do that sort of thing. Bring it down, like what I was telling him. Bring that tension and everything inside, and show it with tension rather than with big gestures and you know. So no, an improvement. It was much better. And when your hands were not hidden, you used them better. Your hair came down into your face, and that was okay. You know, it's okay to do that as long as you don't, you know, get flustered by it. It's when you get flustered by it that it becomes the distraction. The hair itself is not quite as much of a distraction as what you do with it when you react to it. It's like there were a couple of times the first time where you just reached up and were doing this, and it was fine. Because you did it very naturally and didn't freak out. But if you do that, you know, it's more distracting. Anyway, but that was a much better improvement. Okay, good. All right, Pete, you think you got a handle on what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
All right, give me a shot.
Tell you what, we could have had a good life. A real good life. Had us a place of our own. But you didn't want it in it. What we got now is Brokeback Mountain. Everything's built on that. That's all we got, boy, fucking on. So I hope you know that. Even if you don't know the rest. You count the damn times we've been together in nearly 20 years, and you measure the short fucking leash you keep me on, and then you ask me about Mexico and tell me you'll kill me for needing something I don't hardly never get. You have no idea how bad it gets. I'm not you. I can't make it on a couple of high altitude fucks once or twice a year. You are too much for me, innocent son of a bitch. I wish I knew how to quit eating.
See, to me, that was much better.
Yeah.
That was believable. However they do it in the movie is movie. You know, we don't care about that. Right. But at this range, that was a much better performance. It's also more interesting when you're waiting for it to explode rather than watching the explosion. You see, that tension not only was within you, but it was between us. You know, watching, you know, he's like right on the edge, and that makes you think, okay. So that's much, I like that. That was much better. That was good. All right, so let's talk about character. There are a lot of different ways, and we've mentioned this before, and I'm sure you remember it from last time. There are a lot of different ways that you can show character. Tone of voice is one of them. What else?
Body language.
Body language.
The emotion.
Facial expression.
Facial expression. How? What? You know, how do we show that emotion? How do we communicate?
How you look, and just
Okay. See, that's more what I'm talking about now. I'm talking about the mechanics of it. When you say emotion, that's true. But what we're talking about is how do you show it? How do you communicate?
Levels and voices.
Levels and voices, tone of voice, volume, all of these different things. It's like what you just worked with, the exercise you just did. Changing the whole vocal part of it, and it changed your whole, when you did that, it changed your whole body stance as well. It was very contained, very coiled. Very good. What else? What about accent?
No. Excellent.
Accent. You know, we talked about, so far, nobody's been doing anything, you know, really accented. But, you know, every now and then you're called to do it. You know, for example, it's a trivial example, when I was Gomez Adams, and I had to have this pseudo-Spanish accent. didn't want me to have a real Spanish accent, wanted me to have a pseudo-Spanish accent. So it was like, okay. If you do theater long enough, eventually, you're going to do an accent. You might even one day have to do a Hispanic accent. I mean, it's right. Yeah, New Jersey, you know, even in Texas, there are 5 different accents of you know, native Texas. You go across our country, there are dozens of accents. And each region are more familiar with their own. We have the stereotype, and then you have the real accent.
That's one of the things that's really fun is whenever you have a certain dialect that you're trying to pick up. Like when I was doing, when I was playing Marley in 1940 Christmas Carol, I was doing a lot of research. I was doing like a kind of a Welsh kind of accent because I was trying to make it, you know, because it was supposed to be Welsh. Because he said, you know, he's trying to do Welsh. So I was trying to make it sound a bit Welsh.
Yeah.
But not
Didn't quite sound Welsh, but it was okay.
specifically
Yeah.
on point Welsh, but a bit Welsh.
Yeah. Yeah. The Welsh accent is.
But it's hard to master.
Welsh is a very hard accent, actually. Very hard accent. Welsh is different than, there are a few other accents that are really kind of tough to do correctly. You know, but it's like, you can get really subtle or you can get really broad depending on what you're doing. Like, you know, here in the United States, we tend to do one of 3 British accents. Or English accents, I should say. English accent. We tend to do the posh British accent. We tend to do the Cockney British accent. Or we do this sort of mishmash, you know, accent. It doesn't really sound British, but it's what we think. And then, you know, when you talk British accent instead of English accent, you know, you got Scots and Irish, and if you got Irish, you know, there's 8 different Irish accents. There are 4 different Scottish accents.
Or they could be from Liverpool.
Yeah, well, see, that's actually the Northwest, yeah, the Northwest accent in England. You know, you got your Yorkshire, you got this all over. You know, like, accents are difficult, and picking the right accent for your character says a lot about it. Tone of voice, your costume, the way you move. Now, when you talk about body language, it's not just how you stand, but how you use your hands, how you look. You know, I mean, literally, how do you use your eyes? Are you standing up straight? Are you slumping? Do you move a lot? Do you move hardly at all? How do you walk? Are your movements small? How do you walk? Do you stride? Or do you shuffle or whatever? All of these things are how we communicate things about the character. And then, you know, something we're not going to worry about here, you know, makeup and hair and costume all go into that, which is why there are entire careers built on just those things. I mean, who's in them? It's Kathy.
And
Better be.
the reason why those choices, like maybe his grandfather wore this hat or that kind of thing. So, you know, then the details behind the details. You know.
Well, like, you know, it could be, you know, how kind of their feelings towards themselves can dictate like how they talk or how they move.
And that,
Exactly. So those 2 things bring us exactly to the main focus of tonight, which is backstory. The reason that I wanted so many people to do backstories this time. Did you have something?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was leaving you out.
all right.
So before we do that, please do yours.
Did you want me to?
No, you can stay.
I'm gonna.
His was could be worse than that.
And let's do remember that that if our language is too rough, we do have 2 minors, and we need to let people know.
Oh, yeah, this is a bad language. What are you referring to about?
Okay. Just,
Is there a camera?
yeah,
All right.
But are you fine?
Yeah, yeah.
that's what we're really worried about.
Great. Mercury makes a really good car. That was the car I was driving that day. I had a lot of cars. Now, she was standing on the side of the street where there was this chicken stand.
It wasn't the colonel, but it was the chicken stand nonetheless. And she was wearing this black skirt, and she had a lot of hair on her. I like a lot of hair because it means a big bush. I like a big bush. So I pulled the Mercury right up beside her, rolled the window down by electric power, and she leans over and says, "Are you dating?" Well, I said, "Well, yes I am." So she gets in the car. We go to this remote location that is both comfortable for she and I. And she says, "How much do you want to spend?" Well, and I say, "Whatever it takes to see that great big bush of yours, because I know you got one." She says, $25. Well, I produced it $25. It's a lot of money for a working man. She sticks her shoe, lifts up that skirt, and there before me lay this thin, crooked, ugly penis. Well, you can imagine how bad I wanted my $25 back.
It's like that old man that went on America's Got Talent and was like talking about this girl that he met. Like she had.
That's a great song, by the way. That's great. All right. Reactions, comments.
Woo! I was not expecting it.
I actually was.
I was. I guess I just said something about our age and
Yeah, and
station and life experience.
all right, no, but let's talk about his delivery, his body language, his voice.
I love the characterization. I mean, he became a whole different person.
Actually, he showed what he really liked. But,
I know.
yeah. Don't worry about that. That's a detail.
That's a minor.
That has to do with the time of that is written. But actually, no. We do not shush. Questions and comments are legitimate, even if they are stupid. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, actually, but the thing about it is, that is a legitimate comment. Because you have to think about the time period. That lets you know the time period. That's a detail that lets you know the time period. And one of the things I liked about it is that your body language, especially the sunglasses, which was a nice touch, the way you delivered it was very much of that period. So we're talking 70s, early 80s?
Yeah, early 80s.
Yeah. So you see,
Well, yeah.
it matches.
It was written in 78 or something.
Yeah, but see, it really matches your delivery. So
They did a lot of electric power.
yeah, I mean, and I know guys like that, but that's exactly how they would deliver it. So that was very natural. Like you're talking to your buddies about, last night. You would not believe it. Like the reason he's telling this story, he says, "Man, where'd you get the bruised knuckles?" Or, "Dude, what happened to you last night? I expected to be gone longer," or, whatever. There was a question that he was answering. That's what it seemed like to me.
I like it because, he's sitting there, he's telling this story, and, you and I being men, we see that he's actually, because he was mortified at the time that it happened, but now he's making a big joke of it with his friends. Because that's what he's got to do to get over it.
Yeah.
I cannot believe what
Not
happened.
that I have. Oh my God. And there was a piece. And see, there was so many different ways you could have played that, but I like your choice. I liked your choice. The way you did that, very, very straight, very natural. Okay, any other comments before we move on? Okay, very good, very good. Okay, we had a homework assignment.
Get an F.
Okay. What are you gonna do, nothing?
Well,
You get to choose.
I could read it, but I was gonna take my lunch today to try to figure out the backstory.
She got called into grand jury. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna story history to that. All right, so let's move on. We're talking about how we show character. Okay. One of the things that we talked about last week, for those of you who weren't here, and to remind those of you who were, we talked about levels. It's been mentioned twice already today. When we talk about levels, we're not talking about how high and low you are, although there is that too, that physicality. Moving down, sitting down, and standing. If you always stay standing or always stay sitting, that says something. Or if you move from one level to another, physically, that says something. But it's also vocal level. And that is where a lot of less experienced actors fall down. Okay? Because they tend to keep the same level. Whatever they're doing. Whether it's a high energy level, or a loud level, or a soft level, or whatever. And that's fine if it's very, very short. But if it's got any length to it, then you've got to make some variations. Like even what I just did right there. Just pausing and going a little louder, and then you go, sometimes you go a little softer. Or you slow down what you're saying. In order for emphasis or emotion or whatever. And you need to think, especially if you're doing a role. If you're doing a monologue, that's one thing. But if you're doing a role, a character across even 30 seconds of a commercial, but certainly half-hour story arc of a TV show, or an hour, or the 2 hours of a play, or of a movie. If you've got a character that is being seen throughout this piece, wherever long it is, there needs to be what we call a story arc, okay, or a character arc. Sorry, the story arc is the script. The character arc is how you see that character changing, and that can be communicated a lot with vocal levels. Okay, so that's one big thing. So everybody knows Peter Piper, right? Peter Piper picked a peck. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Everybody knows that, right? Say it with me.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers? Peter Piper picked. Okay? So, and that's nothing that's child nursery rhyme, no big deal. Okay? But what we have to do is we have to learn to do it differently. Okay? This is simple. So the meaning of the words is not going to give you a clue. Okay? It's meaningless. It's random. I could have picked anything. There you had a little lamb, or peas porridge hot. Bam. Okay? But think about doing that with more than one level. Loudness, softness, fast, slow, loud, soft, high, low. Because remember, the more excited people get, the higher their voice gets. That's just human biology. You get excited, your voice goes up. You get depressed, or you get super internalized. It's like when you did I'm gonna pick on you because you did such a good job of changing from one performance to the other. When you did that second one, not only did you get quieter, but your voice got lower. It was up here before. It was like, you want to be threatened to kill me for going to Mexico? And this thing, you wanted to threaten me for going to Mexico? It got lower. Because when you internalize it, it gets lower, especially if it's anger. But if you have, like, I love you. Right? That's like, I love you. See, it's the same thing to the same person, two entirely different emotional contexts. Okay? So, that is an important thing. So, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, right? I want you to take 1 minute, and I mean literally 60 seconds. You can find a spot in here, you can do it right where you are, and I want you to think of 2 different ways to deliver them. And I want multiple levels of all the different types we talked about in each of them. So do it 2 different ways, with multiple levels each time.
Does it have to be that specific thing?
Yeah, Peter Piper picked up the peck of pickled peppers. So,
Cause I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever part you can remember.
Okay. Peter Piper picked a
Okay, so go. 60 seconds. I suggest you do it out loud instead of internally. 45 seconds.
Peter Piper.
30 seconds. And please return to your seat. All right, so we're going to just go down the line. Each do your first one. Okay? And go down the same line again, same order. Do it again. Okay? Now here's the kicker. Here's the real kicker. Try not to do what someone ahead of you did. Which means if you decided on something now, that something that in your head, and somebody else does it first, you got to think of something different. So who wants to go first? Oh, so only one. Okay, so we're just going to go right down the line. Okay, in the middle, yeah. Take one step forward, please. There you go.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers?
Okay. No, you don't get to the second one right now. Okay, you got to do it differently. Remember, multiple levels. You kind of cut that all on the same level, so you have to be careful about that.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Okay.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper.
All right. That's a pacing variation rather than a tone variation, but still good.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Exactly. That's the question. See what she did there? She was pacing, tone of voice, pacing, tone of voice, and also body language. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where are the pickled peppers that Peter Piper picked? Inconceivable.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Amazing. Okay, cool. That was a variation. Okay.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
There you go. Including accent. Okay, now we're going to go again. And you got to do something different than what you did the first time and different from what everybody else did.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Good. Attitude. Now, that was different than you did the first time as far as attitude and everything like that, but it was the same within. So, we do this again. Remember to change from within as well, not just from what you did last time, but during what you're saying, it needs to change. Okay? It's hard to learn. That's why we're here. Okay, next.
I'm gonna try to do it the whole thing. I think I know.
Okay.
Peter Piper peppers, pick the peck of pickled peppers. But if Peter Piper picked the peck of pickled peppers, where is the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Yeah.
I've never said something hard.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Yes. If Peter Piper picked it.
If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, how many peppers did he pick?
Close enough. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. But if Peter Piper picked the peck of pickled peppers, where is the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
See how she changed as she went? Changed speed, changed color, everything. Good. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. But if Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, Your Honor, where is the peck of pickled peppers that Peter Piper picked? Guilty. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers? If Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, where are the peppers Peter Piper picked? Yeah, like that. Now, that was much different, but it stayed that same angry level. See, I might want to change a little bit. It's a short thing to have to do that in, but that's the point. You're the last one. We won't do this.
Peter Piper picked the peck of pickled peppers. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pepper picked?
Okay, I want to do one more. It just occurred to me, so I'm doing it as a going. Peter pickled peppers.
Spit it out.
Come on! It's Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Where's the pickled peppers?
Come on, you get it out.
Peter Piper picked it. All right, so I like you guys joining in. That brought in the spirit of it. How's our time? Ooh, excellent. Okay, evil me. Okay, we're gonna do one real quick thing and one a little slower. Okay, Kathy does not know anything about these because she was not around or not conscious when I did something. Yes. Okay. Now I have enough. These are monologues. You do not have to memorize this monologue. You don't have to learn this monologue. Okay? That is not the point of this. Okay? We're going to do this fairly quickly. This is a quick, short, down and dirty monologue. I have more monologues than we have people, and it's fine. They're mixtures of male and female and whatever, and that does not matter. Okay? Gender, age, makes no difference. Okay? What you're going to do is you're going to get a monologue. And I'm not going to choose one for you. I'm just going to read them out. Okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to take, a few minutes. It's not 30 seconds, because this needs to be, you're going to have to read the monologue a couple times. And I want you to give me a backstory on the person who is speaking in the monologue. Some of these have a little bit on them. Don't pay any attention to them because some of them are stupid. You see, some of the backstories that they write from ahead of time. I should have crossed it out, but some of them are just dumb, they don't really match what's down there. So don't look at that, just go straight into with them talking, okay? And what you're gonna do is, you're going to come back, tell us who it is, and then read the monologue as that character, okay? And we'll see if your delivery matches what you told us is the backstory of this person, okay? I'm gonna turn these upside down so I can't see who I'm giving what to. So, here,
So when we tell who it is, that's telling the backstory we created?
the backstory you created. I have no idea who I'm giving what to. And whatever's left, I'll pick one of them. Sam, did you pick one of these? Okay, thank you. Sorry.
those prescription or readers? Readers.
All right.
We have a small intelligent person here. So tell us, and then
Tell you first?
tell me first.
Okay, Denise is 40 years old, lives in Dallas with her mother, and she really doesn't have any sort of a life. Can I tell you more?
Whatever you want to tell us.
So her hair's ready, she's wearing a bathrobe, she's on certain kind of medications for like paranoia, schizophrenia, well, not that severe, but just antisocial person, doesn't have her teeth cleaned real well, and right now she's going through one of her nightly routines, of calling in a radio talk show.
I'm scared, Barry. You know, like we've got a garbage disposal in the kitchen sink. I mean, my mother's kitchen. And sometimes a teaspoon falls into the garbage disposal. Like, you know how you feel when you have to reach down in the garbage disposal and get the teaspoon. You don't want to. Who knows what goes down there? Could be garbage, a piece of something. So much goes down there, or germs, which you can't see. You can't see germs, but if they're going to be anywhere, they're going to be down this disposal. They grow there, see? They come up in the pipes, salmonella, yeast, cancer, even the common cold, who knows? But Barry, even with all that, what if I'm saying, what if Barry, it causes a problem that will never happen? I mean, what if the garbage disposal comes off while your hand's down there, Barry?
Comment. Comment.
I thought you came across maybe a little bit older than it. Oh, yeah?
Could be.
In voice or in delivery?
His voice, the way his voice was.
Yeah. If you've probably just done it in your regular voice, and just did every other mannerism, it might have been easier for you. But I think the voice, you know,
It was Denise.
matched Denise, so, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, the voice, I mean, and the paranoia part of it, yeah. It's just, I don't know, I guess that it seems it had gotten to a highness quality that would be an older.
So one of the things that.
So I just have trouble understanding because of how sweet you are.
But notice that it got louder and higher as she got more excited, and as the fit of talking got to her, and she wound herself up, right? What did y'all notice physically?
No, he kept scratching the crap out of his face.
It was very kind of like closed off.
A lot of fidgety moves, more like a crack addict than, you know.
Yeah.
No, man, I'm fine. I haven't been using it at all for a long time now. Yeah. Okay, there's a reason people like that, because shut-ins and don't throw their garbage away. Okay. All right, pick somebody to take your place. No? Put your hand down. Can't pick them. All right, tell us about your character first.
Well, Chloe.
Well, you got Chloe.
I've got Chloe. Poor Chloe. Chloe's mid-30s, and she's really insecure. Extremely insecure. She probably lives with her parents. She worked at the library. She was always a bookworm. She was not popular. And she probably had a kid sister. So, it's all like predetermined, preordained, whatever you want to call it, Bob. Everyone knows it. You learn it in Life 101. There are no accidents. No, none. Not even here in small town USA. We bump, melt, merge, whatever you want to call it. With people we are meant to meet. Meant to meet. I believe that. I do. I mean, think about it. Just think about it, Bob. That you're here, I'm here, and we're both sitting in your car in front of my house, ready to go. Night on town, no accident. No. Preordained. And I went to want you to know, Bob, I was thrilled when I finally got your call last week. Thought, oh my God, Bob, imagine, finally. Lucky, shouldn't take my hands off my script. After all these years, not when I was sitting by the phone. No. I'm so busy these days at the library, non-stop, go. Books back and forth, library lunacy. So you were really lucky to get me in. Lucky I was even home. Lucky, preordained. But it was certainly a surprise. I mean, after all these years of seeing you at the supermarket, passing you on the street, seeing you drive by, certainly a surprise. And now here are the two of us sitting in your car waiting patiently, may I ask, for you to put the key in the ignition so we can go somewhere. And so why don't we start the car? I can't start itself. We can't go anywhere just sitting here. Why do you open my door? Bob, you don't want me to leave, do you? I can't go. No, Bob, no, you don't understand. This is a brand new dress. This is our first. No, you don't understand. Bobby, Robert, this has all been preordained.
No. Okay, reaction.
I thought you did pretty well, because I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, is she trying to run him off? And then, whoa, she does.
I like how it changed, the emotion kind of changed.
Yeah.
After a while, kind of started off in a certain way, and then it just changed as she went on.
Cool. Guys, anybody? Yeah, that strong finish was really good.
Yeah.
Nail on the head.
You had no, I mean, she obviously had no self-esteem. But then, like, as you moved on, it was been so busy now, it's like, oh shit, I just told him, I just let him know how insecure I am, so now I need to figure out something to make me look,
Look desirable.
She was a little neurotic.
So it wasn't too fast for understanding?
No, I think it matched that character. You might have found a place to really slow down somewhere and go right back to show the contrast. I don't know where. There was some places in the middle that could have been, but whatever. Okay, okay. Pick who's next.
Got that.
Nothing.
It's regular Babylon, but I am early 30s, gay in Germany during the rise of Hitler.
No. Awesome. How long have you known he's gay?
Like half of my
Half his life. Okay. What was his childhood like?
relatively positive. Like didn't do much, but as far as family, but I went out to film as a later teenager and learned that there were so many different things than what his family said there were. Like he came from a religious family, and not religious. He was brought up religiously anymore.
Okay, much better.
I went to Munich to kill myself. Really, I'm very much afraid of them. I have been for years, all police, but even much more frightened. Being alone with them in a room with a locked door is paralyzing. I looked at the carpet the whole time. I thought, good, they have carpet. They won't do anything that will get blood on the carpet. When the main one grabbed my face and slapped it, I started crying. I've always been terrified of pain. He said to me, in the woods outside of Munich, do you know what we are building? I said, no. And he said, camps for people like you. I have a criminal record. I can't get out easily. I expected them to arrest me immediately after letting me go. Some of them do. So, I decided to kill myself. I wanted to go to another city so that none of you would be asked to identify me afterwards. I took the night train. When I got there, I bought a revolver and 4 bullets. Extra. I can't imagine why I thought I'd need extra. Anyway, I wanted to be found by people who aren't particularly frightened or upset by death. None who care for the terminally ill. Better that than some cafe ruining some waiter's whole day. But I felt that killing myself in the midst of a bunch of nuns was probably a much more serious sin than doing it discreetly in a secular location. So I went to the park. I met a remarkably active young Silesian there. I was exhausted. Fatigue makes me very easy to arouse. I realized after my Silesian friends left that it had been nearly a week since my last orgasm. Too much pent-up energy. The result? Depression. Add to it the nightmare of the last 3 days, suicide. One brisk interlude with a pliable friend, and my desire to live returned to me in all its hot, tainted glory. There's more. The best part. Well, here I am in Munich, with a little money, a loaded gun, and a whole day to kill before the night train to Berlin. What do? I went to the cinema. And you are absolutely not going to believe what happened. It was a Dietrich film, and there was hardly anyone there. It being early in the day, just me, some old people, and some more men. When all of a sudden, into the theater marches a squadron of brown shirts, and guess who's up? It was him. In a slouch hat and a trench coat. Hitler. And he sat down 3 rows in front of me. The SA sat in back of him, but I had a clear view of the back of his head. I could see the oil in his hair. The film got going, and I was thinking to myself, life plays funny tricks. Here we are, watching a Dietrich film. 10 pensioners, 6 war criminals, Adolf Hitler, and me, a homosexual Sunday anarchist with a loaded gun in his pocket. So I left.
By the way, that's Dietrich.
I don't know.
Marlena Dietrich?
You'll have to look her up.
Oh my gosh. Okay, children, these babies. Okay. Marlena Dietrich. No, that's actually pretty good. The reading was kind of halting because you didn't know the thing as well, because you didn't have time. But that was pretty good. That's pretty good. Comments?
Well, I was at a certain point, she was like, kind of reciting it, not like just basically as a matter of fact, like this is what I'm gonna do. She's planning on killing herself, or he's planning on killing himself, but in a way that was just self-assured. Like they weren't even like sad or trying to kill themselves, but they were just like, I'm gonna kill myself, which I think added to it. It was a different way of interpreting.
Did you intend for us to know that you were gay before you got to the point where you met the guy in the park? Because you didn't. I mean, it was just kind of like, you know, because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, why is he going to kill himself? You know, because he hasn't given us any indication that that he's gay, and he feels, he's going to kill himself because of that. And so when you get to the park and you meet this guy and you have a little, interlude, And so now we're like, oh, okay, well, he's dead, that's why he's doing it. That's kind of how I came from.
Well, to be fair, and I agree, but to be fair, it's written that way. It's written that you don't really know what's going on. Your first clue is when they say, it's arrested, we have a camp for people like you.
Okay, and I was thinking Jewish.
Yeah, so was I the entire time I was reading it. And until I got that point, I was like,
That's the first clue. See, they're giving you the clue, and then it keeps going on and on and on. But if he was Jewish, they wouldn't have let him go. But it keeps going on and on and on. And you're supposed to find out. The writer wants you to find out.
Yeah, I didn't know if she was intending to try to put it in some type of a mannerism.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, because obviously not all gay men are from the born in, and feminine by any means. So I didn't know if that was the intention or if it was, like he was saying, that it's kind of a bombshell. Oh.
Yeah, show us something that was bad.
Was this a choice?
Yeah, what was?
You made it just go with it.
Yeah, what was bad that you brought?
it was kind of a choice, but also kind of just went with it. The reason I told y'all that he was a homosexual is because, like, I didn't want y'all thinking Jew. I wanted y'all's head in a different place, but still thinking English. So at the end, I didn't want to seem flamboyant.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to seem like too feminine to where I'm obviously gay.
Mm-hmm.
Was the one.
Mm-hmm.
See, what the reason that I snickered about it is because here is, a person who is, as you said, gender fluid, but you are a transgender person, and you're playing a gay man. And I thought that was, an interesting coincidence, because I wrote upside down, I had no idea. It's like, it could be preordained. It's planned. So I just thought that was an interesting thing for you to have to play. You see?
I was kind of doing it like if I were the person.
Right.
Like, I'm not overly flamboyant.
What would have been?
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I know a lot of gay men that you wouldn't know they were gay until they told you.
And then there's some guys and girls that they open their mouth the first time you meet them, and it's like, oh, okay.
And then there are some people who think, oh my gosh, you're gay, and then they're not.
Yeah, like, yeah, what?
That's what happens at work. Everyone thinks I'm gay at work.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I act like a theater person, but it's like.
So when doing this kind of character on stage, it would be a matter of choice as whether you kept the mystery or whether you played it out and let the audience know by other means.
If it was me, I would have chosen what she chose. Because when he did it, the it was straight through, and then, you see he's gay. But there needs to be hints, as subtle as possible, so that when someone says, oh yeah, he did do that, wait a minute, that's what it was about. What would have been an interesting thing, which you didn't do, was give him a German accent.
I can't do German accent.
At all?
That's the only reason I didn't do it. I was sitting there like.
Time for you to watch Marlene Dietrich movies and learn the German accent.
When I tried to do the German accent, it turned into Russian.
Okay. Well, look at the Blaues Engel, the Blue Angel. It was done in German and it was done in English. See, Marlene Dietrich did it both ways. And if you see the Blue Angel as the Hollywood version of it, she is a German woman. And there are people in the cast that are German people. And this was, as Hitler was rising to power, was when the movie was made, but it was set, several years before that. So that's a movie, and it's on Netflix. The Blue Angel with Marlene Dietrich. Pick somebody to take your place. Okay, if I can remember. This is Harold. And Harold is your typical small-ish town, 22-year-old guy. Grew up in a stable, you know, Ward Cleaver kind of house with, you know, both parents, he's got brothers and sisters, he's got one brother and two sisters anyway. And he was neither the golden boy nor the goat. I mean, he just, you know, he went through school, made C's, got into trouble, got out of trouble, nothing too serious. You know, he's been drinking since he was 15, you know, a little bit at first, but it got more and more as time went on. It's a small town where it's small enough town, but there's not much else to do on Friday night except drive your car up and down the road with your buddies looking to do something, like so many people, you know. Didn't do higher education, been working at a job, you know, it's a job. It's not great or bad, it's just a job. You know, pays his bills. He likes to go out with his friends, doesn't have a steady girlfriend.
You should meet my guy.
Yeah, you know. He's just, sort of real normal, which is not helping him any. Okay? And he comes in. Hey, it's not easy to talk, you know. I mean, until now, I haven't told anyone, well, anyone outside my family. Okay. I was out cruising with Fred and Cliff. And we always cruised on Saturday nights, and it was like our thing, you know. Lots of people through the streets, and on the weekend, you know, it's like, this is where it's happening. This is when you get to see your friends and talk to girls, and everybody does it. The big mistake was the drinking. We had a few beers at my place. We stopped off at a carryout, picked up a 12-pack, and we were pretty blitzed, I guess. I mean, what the hell? I mean, we were having fun. I mean, you don't think you're as loaded as you really are. No? And, yeah, it's like that. Well, we were in Fred's Camaro, and, you know, it was a hot car, and Fred really burning, and we got into this thing with some guys, and these buddies in this 5.0 Mustang, they challenged us, okay, said they could wipe us, you know, so Fred punched it, we took off in the canyon, you know, out off of 19, the canyon was a cool place to be, you know, we had lots of curves, and this long tunnel you could blast through with your horn blowing. You know, it was around midnight when we got to the canyon. Yeah, we must have been going 90. But the Mustang was just right behind us. You know, the Mustang was really hot. The guy kept trying to pass it. Jerry kept swerving back and forth in front of us so he couldn't get by. But the guy, he was an ace driver, man. When there was this opening, he blew us off. This really got Fred pissed. He jammed it right on top of the Mustang at about 100 miles an hour. And the Camaro was singing, man. Singing! Wow. And then on this long, sweeping curve right before the tunnel, Fred makes his move, like cutting inside the Mustang, okay? And just as we're passing, Fred loses it, and we break away, and we shoot over the side of the road, and all I remember is like the world being upside down for a few seconds. The cops say that we plunged over 200 feet. You know, Fred Clifford, they were pronounced dead at sea. And I was airlifted to the hospital with critical injuries where I was in surgery for over 5 hours. For a while it was touch and go.
think I was gonna make it. Busted up pretty good. I was in a body cast for 4 months, and partially paralyzed on my left side. And maybe with therapy, I can gain back some feeling. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm pretty lucky, I guess. You know, half the person. Still alive. Wait a minute. Yeah.
I believed it. Well, I was wondering why you were holding your arm like that for so long, and then finally, well,
I
okay.
figured it was an accident. My first
Yeah.
thought was stroke before you started reading, and shortly into the reading, I figured
Yeah.
out this is an injury.
Well, let me say on your injury, you could have left it, cause he's so messed up, he doesn't know what's right.
Well, actually, I thought it would be kind of cute.
Okay.
I thought about not leaving now, it doesn't matter. They're looking at me in the mirror, that's all. Well, I've done that from stage before, intentionally done right to left because the audience right, the audience left, and they good, but I was not, that was just a mistake.
I like you had plenty of differentiation between different intensities and stuff like that, and it held my attention.
Where could it have been improved?
I felt like there were some points where you got a little bit too slow.
Okay.
I think maybe when we were getting up to the point of talking a little, like where it was over and everything, you could have gotten a little more.
I thought you could have maybe had a bit more of it. I mean, I know if I had like an injury, but like maybe lost a little bit more.
More. More different, same? Okay, so.
Okay. So Linda and
Yeah, 30 feet.
so Linda Ann is a young 9-year-old girl from Arkansas, small Arkansas town. For most of her life up until this point, up until just a year ago, she had a pretty stable life. She was very close to her parents, more with her father than her mother, but she was still close to her. But her father doted on her. But what she didn't realize is that there was a lot of issues going on behind the scenes with her parents, with each other. And she was never quite aware until she was 8 how bad it was going to get. And so she's now recounting the event that kind of changed her life and her family life forever. I was in my room playing with my doll. Daddy came in, seemed upset. He grabbed my arm, yelled, "Come with me!" Never seen him so angry. His face was beet red, veins in his neck were bulging. I was young, but I knew this was bad. Daddy dragged me like a rag doll. Thought he'd rip my arm off. What'd I do? What'd I do, Daddy? The rooms were spinning by. The walls and windows were blurring. Where's Mama? I want Mommy! He pulled me right out of the house. It was hot outside, burning hot that day. Daddy threw me in the car. I smelled liquor on his breath, but liquor usually made him laugh. Then Daddy locked me in the car, went back in the house. I heard screaming, hollering. Then I saw Mama come running out on the porch. She was bleeding bad. I screamed to her. The heat in the car was burning. I couldn't breathe. Daddy was hitting me hard, again and again. Never seen him so mad. Mama was bleeding from everywhere. I screamed, but she couldn't hear me. I tried opening the car doors, but they were locked. Daddy dragged Mama back in the house. Then there was this loud sound. It was a gunshot. It was the loudest noise I ever heard. The car was burning hot. Sleepy. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall. Neighbors broke the car window. Someone yelled, "She's still alive!" Ambulance, doctor, bright lights, and all the king's horses, and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. When I woke up, Mama was there with Aunt Grace. "How you feeling, child?" She fixed my hair, smiled. Her eyes were swollen bad. Her face was all cut up. "Where's Daddy?" Mama looked over at Aunt Grace. Aunt Grace just looked away. Then Mama held me, tightest hug ever, and I dozed off in her arms. And all the king's horses, and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty back together.
Nice job. Okay. Reaction.
I found it engaging, but I don't know if maybe you could have done more variation of intensity. Well, I think that would have made it even more engaging.
As I asked, show me the 9-year-old girl in body and that's not you, that you were like, what did you bring to her body physically, being 9?
Well, I know I was kind of a bit wooden about it, but I try to do a little bit of physicality with kind of figure that because this event kind of was so traumatic for her, she's kind of like
Everything I saw was from here.
Well, I
But there was
thought-
that,
kind of just like
Mewling sort of.
she's scared to tell this story because it's something that weighs heavy on her mind. She's never actually told someone it before, and I think I kind of intentionally made it where she kind of drops her voice in certain parts because she's kind of like thinking the little things, and then whenever she's just whenever she's thinking of like when people say like she's still alive, she's remembering how intense it was, and it's like it's just such an unusual experience for her to experience as a child because she, it's like she remembers the little things about it, like the Humpty Dumpty stuff, and then she remembers it was like real intense, and she didn't know how to
Processed it like a child. Yeah. That's good. That's good. I think finding a place to put more variations into it and everything. You did a lot of it, but there were, certain areas that that's good. Okay, pick one of the last two. We'll run out of time.
Okay, mine's about a 47-year-old guy named Lynn, and he's talking to his son about his first time. She was my first. What can I say? I was a kid. Small town, nothing else to think about, nothing to do. And all I knew was I wanted her. Had to have her. Well, you're a guy, you know how it is. First time I saw her, I never forget. I was with some friends. We were walking downtown, and there she was. There she was. And all of us, jaws dropped, the whole thing. Sacred moment. No one said a word. And I made up my mind right then and there that someday she'd be mine. I mean, who the hell was I? Just a piss poor kid that me nothing. See, sometimes, son, you have to have a dream. Become obsessed. It instills determination, then perseverance. You know what I mean? So I busted my butt. Took any job I could. Saved Earth. I was going to make her mine. Never forget the first time I was inside of her. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
let me tell you, son, being inside that first time is something else. Her smell, when she felt. Some days you'll see Letty. There's nothing like it. Makes you feel like a man. Knowing she's all yours, that she'll do whatever you want. She had a body on her that would not quit. I think I still have pictures of her upstairs in the attic.
Calm yourself, Chip.
Baby will go up later, and I'll show them to you. Just don't tell your mother. Oh, I thought she was a little jealous. Go figure. All right, so what's it gonna be? You gonna give dog or depend on me for some bucks? It's your call, buddy. Like I said, if you really want something, you've got to work for it. Earn it. It'll mean that much more. I mean, we're talking about your first car here, and that's something very special. Trust me, kid. When it comes to cars, when it comes to a man's car, you never forget your first.
Dirty mind. That's what it was. Now, you had them going. You had them going. Okay. Now, this was written to be a surprise. I mean, that was obviously written to be that way. It's one of those things. I don't usually like that kind of monologue because they're written sort of pretentiously. We're going to throw this curve at the end intentionally. Now, for this exercise, and before I get reactions from everybody else, what body language sort of things did you do consciously to be a male instead of a young girl?
I kind of just put more, like, kind of slowed down movement, you know, like, hey, you know, like, this happened, instead of the woman's like, oh my God, that's, you know.
Well, what's funny is you did that a bunch of times.
You did it.
I was being hard telling, like, girl.
Let's see the way you're standing here with your hip out like that. That is a feminine characteristic. Now, I know a lot of guys who do just that way. But if you're trying to portray a very masculine guy, you know, especially when you are not a masculine guy, you know, no matter what gender you actually are, if you're portraying a masculine guy, there's certain body types to bring that message across. You know, very straight hip, right? Feet a little more apart. You know, hand motions more right in front of you. That's another thing that's a very masculine trait. Is the hand motions tend to be right in front of you. It's an aggressive technique. Okay, out to the side. You know, which my hands are everywhere. So it's either Italian, whatever. But when you're specifically trying to portray what you're not, you see what I'm saying? Because you're going to be, 30-something, 40-something years old, and you're a teenager. It's different. So you're having to really accentuate those things. So you got to make sure that you're very careful to portray those ideas. Okay, I want to talk more about that, but we need to get the last one here. So, but that was pretty good. You held them. You had them really good. You had them going. Okay. Yep. Okay. She was dying over here.
Like, when I first saw them, like, the first time I noticed it, when he turned around, I'm like, what's going on? You were like,
that's because you'd already read it. You knew where it was going.
yeah.
But they didn't. All right. Pete.
Okay, this is 20-year-old Rosa, girl that has been, in her mind at least, in love with a boy since she was 13. She's a little backwoods, and he is coming home from the Army, or Navy, whatever, and they're planning to get married. She's a romantic. She hasn't been married. He's the only boy that she's ever really had any interest in, so she's really unrealistic about what life is going to be like. And her family is trying to get her to back off because not necessarily that they don't like the man, but they're afraid that maybe she's getting herself too emotionally involved before she has a chance to leave. You had punished me for laughing that morning in church, and I wanted to die, which was nothing unusual. But guess I could live if I lived breathing a little air. So I picked up a bucket and walked to the woods to hunt some nuts and then back. It was getting on late. I was hoping you were worried. I was past Mr. Isaac and the really deep woods. The leaves were all gone, but I hadn't found the nuts. Still, I knew one of the trees. Still, I knew of one tree Mildred Sutton had showed me. I was headed for that, and I finally found it. It was loaded. Pecans, the size of sparrows. And in the top was a boy, a stranger to me. I was not even there. He seemed to live there, 20 yards off the ground, staring out to the left. I said, "Are you strong enough to shake your tree?" "If I wanted to," he said. I said, "Well, want to, please. I'm standing here hungry." He thought, and then he braced his long legs and arms and rocked 4 times. Pecans nearly killed me. I rummaged around and filled my bucket and my pockets. He had still not faced me, so I said, "Don't you want to share some of my pecans?" Then he looked down, smiled, and said, "I heard they were God's." I said, "No, really, they belong to Mr. Isaac Allison. He can't see this far." "I can see him," he said. "You make him see Philadelphia." He was looking back north, and he nodded to that, but he didn't look down. "How old are you?" I said. He said, 15, and then shut up again. "I'm 13, I said. He said, "Who is?" And smiled once more toward Philadelphia. And I came on home. I wanted him then and every day too.
Reaction. Now that's gay. That's how you play games.
See, what I think is interesting is that
Thank you.
you were playing her age and she was playing your age.
But I mean, if you really wanted it to be a gay character.
No, I
Yeah, no, his her voice was spot on.
Yeah, but see, you play it. You play. Well, here's the thing. No. She's actually right. But if you want to play a stereotypical gay Southern, 13-year-old backwoods girl, is the way to do the stereotype. The way to do the stereotype. Because remember, a lot of times that's what a director is going to want is the stereotype, so that when the audience sees that character, there is no doubt. Sometimes they want it ambiguous, sometimes they want it real, sometimes they want the stereotype.
I think it was clear that she was a dreamer.
Yeah.
And I think she was recounting the event the way, like, very longingly. Right, you know, like, it could have, from her perspective, it was so totally from her perspective, because she viewed it as such a romantic event, and it was probably a lot more casual than that. And, the only thing I could say is maybe shifted away a little bit too much.
Well, that was one of the things I was going to say is you needed to show some purpose in your motion, and you kind of ambled.
Because I just envision you just kind of walking around and screaming and telling her mom.
But then you need to figure out a way to make it seem more intentional.
She'd have to stop every once in a while.
Yeah. The other thing was, and I liked it, is that you did the opposite of what I said, but it really fit in this case. As you didn't give the backstory, you gave the forestory. You talked about what's going to come next. You see what I'm saying? About gonna marry him, coming home, after he comes home from the military, and all this sort of thing. Whereas this is the story of when she was 13 and fell in love with him. This is the backstory. And so you gave the forestory, which in this case was better. It was the better choice. So I really like that. The way you were thinking about what is this leading up to, rather than what led up to this. So that, pretty good.
Now, when he was walking around up there, I was thinking, okay, so he's playing the young girl, trying to do that body language, and she was playing the older guy trying to do that body language, and so I was watching the kids to see if there was any of that female movement there. And I don't know how hard that is for guys to get.
Probably way.
Okay, we're not doing Torch Song Trilogy here, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I can do that,
Yeah, you slipped your hip out a couple of times, so. Well, you were intense on this performance. So I thought it was good. Okay.
I liked it a lot because she was like obviously really heavily followed.
Yeah, yeah.
I really
Just like a 13-year-old.
My favorite line, which was the line, I hope they were worried about me, because I've done it. Okay. Keith Lunchstand, will you pick those up for me? Okay, since we have really run out of time, but I don't want to give up on this activity. Oh, wrong side. Okay, I'm going to give these to you now, and then we will do this activity that goes with these first thing next time. Okay, so what I have here are 10 character descriptions. There's 10 of them, and they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and I made a mistake, and they were like 2 6s, 2 7s. So let me split them up real quick. That's 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Okay, so. Sit down. Okay, so what we're going to do is each of you is going to get one of these. Do not share with anybody in here what you got. I will be the only one who finds out what to share with me. But you know what? Don't share with me until next week, so that I see what it is. What you need is don't share with each other. No, it really is serious. Don't share with each other. They are simple descriptions of age, sometimes gender, sometimes not, and then a few facts about them. Fill in the blanks. Okay? There will be plenty of blanks to fill in. I'm going to tell you, though, what we're going to do with them, which I had not intended on doing, because I expected to do it today. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to, the first half of class next time, you're going to be performing as this character. In fact, you know what let's do? We'll start the class in character. I'm going to pick one of these two. Okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pair you up. No, don't start until we start the activity. I'm just thinking, no, don't do that. I'm going to pair you up with somebody else, and I'm going to give you a scene to do. I kept the scenes back. But it's going to be a little duet scene, and you have to improv that scene as these characters. Okay? And you decide, and you're not going to talk about it. You know, there's not going to be any of this go off and talk about what you're going to do. It's just going to be, and start. And you're going to go. And there'll be a time limit on it, and so that we don't run too far into it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to look back at it. We're going to, each of us to look back at it and see what it looked like from the audience's perspective. Okay, cool? Great. Since you were last here. Would you pick one for me? Okay, so everybody has one. Okay. Okay, this is mine. Let me tell you what did not get picked, so you all kind of have an idea of the variation that these can be. Here's number 2. Any age, opposite gender of whichever you identify as, hates themselves, body, life, emotions, all in the jumble. They are self-medicating, and they were abandoned by their parents. I was hoping you would not get that. Okay.
I could have pulled that one off.
Yeah. Number 5, you're 4 years old. You have loving parents. You are blind but independent. Smiles even when they don't feel like it. Secretly terrified of the world. Number 7, 42 years old. Worked all their life as a laborer. Recently immigrated from another country. From some other country. Trying to start fresh with no family. Friendly but tough inside. Are you there? Okay, so that's it. See you next week.
Okay.
We're fishing right now. Okay, awesome. Where's the lake? We got to take it over tomorrow. Okay, so you're gonna tell them what? You're gonna tell them like hour here? Yeah. How long? Okay, it's gonna be helping. How long will it take? Oh, it's probably. Yeah, come by here sometime, knock on the door, but I didn't know that. Yeah, that's why I have my phone number right. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, all right, so we'll go out and get something. Yeah, all right. All right, bye-bye. All right. All right, so yeah, just find out, we fix this whole wire, I don't want to be 30 minutes when we open it up. Okay. We'll get it all right through here, and we can heat it up. Well, we can. All right.
Yeah,
You need to write one? I need to write one.
No.
Okay. You waiting to use the restroom before you go?
Yeah.
Oh, or he is. Okay. I did not got one that I was hoping for, so.
So, what do you want us just to private message you or something and tell you what we got?
Nope.
Next week?
No, next week, next class, I'll find out when you get here.
Oh, don't private message.
No, just when you get here, I'll find out. It won't matter. Okay, let me stop the recording on this.